The internet feels increasingly broken. Search engines are getting nerfed with low-quality SEO nonsense and ad spam. Sites are account-walled, paywalled, nag-walled. Connect your Google account, connect your Facebook account, agree to cookies, whoops, pop-ups, select more cookie settings, clickbait, sponsor segments, microtransactions, geo-blocking, data mining, accelerating link rot, API price hyperinflation, hostility to anonymous accounts, data collection honeypots. Oh, and don't forget to sign up, comment, like, subscribe, and check out my ref links. Bot-generated nonsense that feeds into teaching more bot-generated nonsense. Buying a plane ticket shouldn't be an exercise of jumping through 7 different legalized scams. The internet has become unusable without an ad blocker. The internet is getting sanitized. It's now about 7 websites that curate most activity. Weaponized corporate interests took over. Niche forums and specialized websites have been replaced with bland social media pages and recommendation engines. The web has devolved into an attention exploitation wasteland of barbed wire fenced, closed source, exclusive ecosystem walled gardens ripe for centralized censorship, tracking, and control. This looks very different from the early vision of the information superhighway. It is now a dead-end road leading to a wasteland full of billboards and people fighting in the mud for the only butter knife. The internet should not be owned by corporations. The internet is a public place. In many countries, you can close off the beach and make it private. Anyone can enjoy the beach because the beach belongs to everyone. The internet is the beach. The internet should run on open protocols, not on closed platforms. The internet needs to be free, open, and boundless. So what happened? You see, much of the internet operates with what I'll call points games. Social media is a points game, online dating is a points game, fitness, the gig economy, getting a job, your ability to rent an apartment, whether you can get a loan, whether your restaurant is successful, all points games. Everyday life is becoming gamified, and these games almost always have a game master. Let's call it the architect. An architect of reality, the dungeon master, the entity that holds the master key to the game. The architect has supreme control. They can change game mechanics, nerf or buff players, censor, deplatform, even toggle God mode. Don't like what you're saying? Gone. Don't want to pay our 30% commission? Not following our ever-changing rule set?
This isn't a big deal. The architect just does a little bit of censorship on the platform they built for society to use.
Sure, but if ordinary things required for everyday life are controlled by centralized platforms, whoever controls the platforms can rewrite reality according to their own agenda. And the agenda is not preservation of things on the platform, but preservation of the platform. This is also why the architect wants to keep everyone playing. Whoever is not playing cannot be controlled. So if the architect governs important outcomes in society, we need to keep playing their game and follow their rules. What's the problem here? Let's imagine a not-so-unrealistic future where the majority of society uses the Apple Vision Pro 5,
the most advanced ever,
as its main computing device. We would be using Apple's proprietary product, running apps from Apple's App Store, running on Apple's processors, on Apple's OS, using Apple's APIs, accessed via Apple's proprietary language. If this device is as important to functioning in society as currently a smartphone is, well, Apple just became the dungeon master of reality. And no matter what Apple says, Apple makes decisions for Apple. Apple isn't inherently evil, this is how corporation works. But I'd argue that no single entity should possess this much power. Here's an even more serious example, the biggest points game of all. Yes, finance, and the magic of something called a central bank digital currency. CBDCs deliver unprecedented control in the hands of the government with surveillance over every single transaction and no way to opt out, or very few ways. On the list of undesirables, taking away your traveling privileges, mortal. Didn't do your garbage collection duty? Say goodbye to the premium cheese at the supermarket. Ultimately, these games are about control. They will tell it's about convenience, increasing connectivity, but at the end of the day, it's about the admin key. It's making everyone an NPC able to be plopped around the map in their own economic role-playing game, while they can access console commands and toggle God mode at the push of a button. And this is where we circle back to the internet. The internet that is now filled with the exploitation of user data, censorship, and monopolization. There is a fight going on right now, a fight to keep the internet the open public place that it was meant to be. And the corpos with their walled gardens and the feds with their surveillance money are winning. But the tides may be changing soon. The trajectory so far has been following. The Wild West, the open internet golden age. Highly decentralized, where most everything is about experimentation and discovery. Free and open. The age of the platform. Centralized and aggregating. Erecting giant walled gardens. Growth at all costs. Most things are free or low cost, subsidized by ads and VC money in a time of record low interest rates, and you are the product. The age of AI, re-decentralization. Digital borders are erected. Many things that were free are becoming paid and siloed as the mindset shifts from growth to monetization. WeChat wasn't a warning but a leading indicator. You're not just a product anymore, you're the training data. I'd say this is roughly where we are. The beginning of the end for the age of the platform has started. It has been happening gradually for a while, but now we're getting to the then suddenly phase. With all the hate that I unleashed upon it, it seems the days of the ad-based internet model are numbered. But the open web also seems to be going behind closed doors. As it turns out, all that nonsense we were having fun memeing on Twitter and Reddit, and old people on Facebook, and the weirdos on 4chan, and the biggest weirdos on LinkedIn is becoming the most valuable resource on Earth, and they're not going to give it away for free for the most intelligent machines on Earth to consume. As a result, the free information superhighway is turning into a toll road. Digital borders will be as important as land borders. In olden times, we built walls to protect strategically important cities. Now we're building firewalls to protect important digital town squares. The open internet as we know it may be ending. Now, this may actually be a good thing. Maybe the global town square of Babel isn't such a great idea. And getting rid of this, at this point, ancient internet design paradigm could remove a lot of toxicity and information pollution that we've been surrounded with. And now we have the chance to build a better internet. The internet is a network of networks. It can be a network of compromised, centralized, permission-dead moles, or it can be a mesh network of bustling, permissionless, decentralized open bazaars. There is a new generation of internet applications brewing, albeit they aren't ready yet and present a number of especially difficult problems yet to be solved at scale. But the window of opportunity for positive change is here. However, first, what we need is not a technological solution but a shift in mindset, that the open internet must be preserved. The internet should be a public utility. Social media should be decentralized. The internet should run on open protocols, not on closed platforms. If you care about the open internet, here's what you do. Be the annoying guy in the room.
Oh, stop it. What's it going to do if I upload my wedding photos to a centralized platform?
How about tearing apart the fabric of society? How about giving the One Ring to Sauron instead of throwing it into Mount Doom? Learn how to self-host your data. Learn how to use unstoppable applications. Choose more permanent archival solutions. Learn how data is collected, stored, and used on the apps you use. Support companies that are transparent about how they use your data, and demand more transparency from companies that aren't. Fight against government and corporate censorship. Advocate for stronger privacy laws. Support organizations that protect internet freedom. Choose apps that put the user first, not just saying it but proving it. Support unbiased information rails. Support people-centric UX. Cultivate healthy discussion. Educate yourself and others. Promote competition. Demand science to be open source. Avoid walled garden ecosystems. Switch to pure peer-to-peer communication. Choose privacy over surveillance. Privacy for the individual, transparency for the state. Choose encryption over backdoors. Choose decentralized over centralized. Choose open source. Preserve your freedom to transact. Control your digital footprint. Be the annoying guy in the room. Protect the open internet.